What's going on, guys? Multiverse here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Ironman Mark II by ZD Toys. Starting off with this video, guys, we're of course taking a look at the ZD Toys packaging, and it is of course this traditional cardboard box that has a magnetic cover that opens wide, showing the inner workings of the Iron Man suit. I do think that is a beautiful touch of art from the ZD Toys company. We do of course see the Mark II in all of its glory, front and center with Iron Man, and it's the Mark II labeled down here at the bottom. Flipping over to the side, guys, we see Iron Man, because this is from the very first Iron Man movie back in 2008, one of my all-time favorites from the MCU. Flipping over to the back, guys, is of course something I cannot read, but if you can read it, hey, have at it down in the comments, have fun. But we do get a beautiful product shot of the figure flying high and being beautiful. Flipping over to this side, we do see Mark II with its little discoloration going on the side. I do love that about this packaging. I think it looks amazing. Nothing going on at the top and nothing going on at the bottom, but right here on the back, guys, we do have the beautiful barcode for you barcode guys. Well, so guys, let's go ahead and rip the Mark II out of his packaging and see how he looks. So right here, guys, is the Mark II Iron Man fresh out of the packaging, looking absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love this figure. First-hand impressions, just seeing that silver metallic paint, just every single reflective surface just glossing and looking freaking phenomenal. I absolutely love what ZD Toys is bringing to the table for action figures. The only thing that I wish that they would really excel in is the articulation. If we just got a little bit more love in the articulation section, they would be hands down the perfect figures for collectors. Don't get me wrong, they definitely are on the correct path. I love what I see with them. I love looking at their Deadpool and Wolverine line. Now I am getting into their Iron Man, and I'm glad I did. This is a beautiful figure. I'm so glad I have it in the collection, and it's looking like it may be on the top shelf. Well, so guys, let's go ahead and take Iron Man out of the spotlight and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. When it comes to the accessories, guys, this Mark II definitely comes with what is needed from what we saw in the film. As you can see, he comes with his own flight stand, and it is beautifully labeled Iron Man Mark II at the bottom from Marvel Studios. He also comes with 4 flight blasters going on here, or if you want to call them his repulsor blast, they definitely can double for that. They do peg into his feet as well into the hands that come with the holes, so he can definitely either be flying or fighting Thanos in his Mark II. I don't know why he would do that, but you know, he likes a challenge from time to time. But as you can see here, guys, he also comes with a plethora of hands. He definitely comes with some like relaxed open hands. He comes with some repulsor blasting hands or flight hands, or he also comes, if you're looking for just a product shot, he comes with some non-blasting, almost dropped it there. He comes with some non-blasting repulsor hands. But the paint on this hands is about the same amount of love that went into the figure itself. It is a reflective surface off of everything, so it does look beautiful. And not to forget here, guys, he also comes with a pair of fisted hands if you want him to get in the boxing stance, because we've seen him throw some haymakers a time or two in the MCU. With all that said, though, guys, let's go ahead and move away from his accessories and take a closer look at the detail. When it comes to the detail, guys, this Iron Man does look almost perfect. Now, there are 2 variants that you could get from ZD Toys. You have this guy here who's a little bit cheaper. This is the non-LED version. I wanted to get the LED versions, but those go between like 90 to 120 depending on which one you get from the one I was looking at. So it's a little unfortunate I couldn't get the LEDs right now, but I am looking to get those one day in the future. But this is a great stepping stone to collecting the Iron Man armor. Starting off with the head sculpt, guys, this is of course what we've seen in all of the Iron Man suits from the MCU, that beautiful Iron Man head, so that way you know he is here to do some business. Going down here now, guys, looking at the chest, I absolutely love how you can see where the bolts connect on this suit, but it does look beautiful, and I do love that it's sprinkled all throughout the suit. It's down the arm, it's down the legs, and it's even on the backside. They really did knock this figure out of the park, guys. Taking in a moment just to keep pointing out how glossy this guy is, how he reflects off of every surface just like he did in the movie. I will say this is, for a plastic figure, is beautiful. A lot of times to get that sheen to at least look like that, we have to spend an extra $30-$40 on top of the $30 or $40 that we already spent just for it to be that die-cast metal. Now, I do love die-cast. I look to collect die-cast in the future, but this right here is a great starting point in terms of just going the cheaper route, getting the plastic figure, and knowing that it's actually made with all sorts of love. Now, the only downside that I really see on this figure is my shoulder joints are loose. This one is extremely loose, and this one also is a little bit loose as well. I would love for it to actually connect so that way you don't see the joint. Maybe if I actually push it in there. So it still falls out a little bit, but if like the joints do pop in and out so that way you can have more range, but mine actually just falls down. So I wish that wasn't a thing for me. Hopefully if you guys collect this guy, it won't look like that for you, but I do love this figure. The detail is perfect. I am so happy to have it in my collection. But with all that said, though, guys, we're going to jump right into his size, his articulation, and jump into some size comparison. Now, when it comes to how tall this Iron Man stands, guys, the Mark II does stand at exactly 7 inches tall, more like 7 1/8, but of course we're going to round down to just the standard 7 inches. So go ahead and move this guy a little bit closer to the camera to take a look at his articulation. So starting off with the head sculpt, guys, his head is on a bit of a ball joint, so he can rotate it and look up and down no problem. So he does look good there. It doesn't rotate all the way around because his chin does hit his shoulder. Going down here now, guys, looking at his arms. His arms, like I said, do pop in and out, so that way you can get that full 90-degree stretch on the Iron Man here. He also is on a ball socket here, so it doesn't rotate all the way around. He has some bicep swivel as well, double hinged elbows, and then of course his hands are interchangeable, so they do of course rotate all the way around. Going down here now, guys, looking at his midsection. His midsection also does a little pop up and down action here for you, so you can definitely get him in more of a flight pose if you wanted to really arch his back for you there. He unfortunately does not have a waist swivel, but his legs do also pop down. They go all the way out, but they don't really go back. And this is what I was talking about with, I really wish that we had a little bit more articulation from ZD Toys. It was the same with the Wolverine and Deadpool. Moving down to his knees, guys, he does, of course, have double hinged knees, and his ankles, they move ever so slightly, but they do articulate down, they articulate up, and we get some ankle pivot action as well, but he does have little side garters here that get in the way. And last but not least, guys, on this guy, he definitely has the back flaps as well. So starting off with the size comparison, guys, here we have the Mark II standing next to the recently looked at Deadpool, both from ZD Toys. And as you can see here, the scale is mwah. It is beautifully done. Next up, guys, here we have the ZD Toys Mark II standing next to the Batman Hush from DC Multiverse. And as you can see here, Batman stands a bit taller than Tony, but I do feel Bruce Wayne would be taller. Next up, guys, here we have the NECA Toys Homelander standing next to the Mark II, and I'm curious to know what your answer is below. Who would win in a fight, Tony Stark or Homelander? And last but not least, guys, here we have the Marvel Legends Iron Man standing next to the ZD Toys Mark II, and as you can see here, it simply does not work. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my final review on this Mark II Iron Man, I'm going to have to give him a solid 8.5 out of 10. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this figure, and I would love to give him the 9 out of 10, the 10 out of 10. However, I just want to see some more articulation when it comes to ZD Toys. But when it comes to the figure overall and what they've been doing, the detail is amazing. The sculpts are perfect. They look like they came right out of the screen, shrunk down to a 7-inch figure, and got handed to you. They are mwah, chef's kiss. But at 8.5, due to the articulation and the loose joints that I do have, that is all I'm going to be able to give him. With all that said, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you're new, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. But if you've been here before, remember to like, comment, and share. Let's grow the channel. Let's get to 500 subscribers. But I will see you guys in the next video.